Hello, and today we're going to be talking about bearing our cross. Now, how do you bear your cross on a daily basis? Well, it says in Matthew 16:24, if anyone wishes to come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. So the first step is denying yourself. If you don't deny yourself, you cannot be his disciple. And some people do this, but then they fall away and they lose their first love, as it says in Revelation 2:4, nevertheless, I have somewhat against thee, because thou hast left thy first love. We need to stay in that first love, and a way to do that is remembering all the good things that God has done for you. And sometimes people start with their attention on God, like I've done this recently, but then their focus turns back to them, but then we need to get our focus back on God, turn back around. And no matter how far we've gone or how bad we screwed up, you can always come back. And no matter how bad things are, there's always something that you can give thanks about. Like, you probably have Wi-Fi right now, you're not in hell, you have a house, I assume, maybe a few pets, you probably had dinner.
What does taking up my cross mean? It doesn't mean a burden you will have to carry. It means dying to yourself, which is total surrender. Matthew 16:24 says, Then Jesus said to his disciple, Whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me. These are some questions to consider if you are thinking about taking up your cross. Are you willing to follow Jesus if it means losing some of your closest friends? Are you willing to follow Jesus if it means, your family hating you? Are you willing to follow Jesus if it means the loss of your reputation? Are you willing to follow Jesus if it means losing your job? Are you willing to follow Jesus if it means losing your life?
And we're going to talk about a little bit, how do I surrender or deny myself? Well, first we're going to talk about the wrong kind of surrender, like just wanting to be there, I want to be holy, I want to be righteous, but you want to be things, like I want to have joy. But when we surrender, our focus shouldn't be on ourselves, our focus shouldn't be what gifts we're going to get. It's like going over to your grandma's house and all you do is go over and ask for cake every time. You probably don't really want to see your grandma, you're just going over and asking for her cake. And that's like that with God, because if you're going there and you're just asking for gifts, you're not actually asking anything. Like, you're not actually going there just to talk to him. You're just asking for him to give you joy or something like that. So we need to stop asking for what we want, and we need to find out what he wants. In 1 Corinthians 10:33, even as I please all men in all things, not seeking mine own profit, but the profit of many, that they may be saved. So if we're doing his will just for joy or for peace or for whatever reason that we're doing it for the wrong reasons. It's just like going over to your grandma's house just for cake. And total surrender is surrendering of all of oneself, not just part. Like, sometimes I have problems speaking to people and I need to start doing that more, but I can't hold on to that part. I have to give all of myself to him. But, and we can't just give up the parts that we want to give up. We have to give up everything. We have to give up everything and let him work it out. And I think that he showed me, if he knows the beginning and the end, from ever since he was first here, ever since the world will end, and he can see the outcome of everything, and he's our loving Father who only wants good to happen to us, he would never do anything just to hurt us. He would only do something if it benefited us, because he's our Father. And surrender is total trust, because surrender is completely trusting God and denying yourself of any rights.